And during the course of this monster storm, we have seen some dramatic images of rescues. The Coast Guard just talking about them, with crews and citizen volunteers all pitching in to save families, children, and the elderly from the ever-rising floodwaters, making things even harder. Limited cell phone service all around that southeast Texas coastline, and also concerns about how long the generators at some of those cell sites will last. Thomas Panuzio joins us now, former special assistant to the director of FEMA, was also on the ground in Florida during Hurricane Andrew 25 years ago. Good to see you again, sir.
Thanks for being here. It's great to see you again.
When you heard from Catherine Herridge's report, FEMA now saying nothing could have prepared them for Harvey, does that ring true to you?
Absolutely. I mean, the challenges of a hurricane like we had in Andrew, and Andrew was a 4 and then later upgraded to a 5, you can clear debris, you can prepare as much as you can, but the events on the ground really can never be replicated, even with today's best simulations.
As we're watching some of these videos of the rising floodwaters, and we're hearing that the water is going to continue to rise, what's the answer, essentially? Is all we can best do is sort of hope and wait and donate money to the American Red Cross, or is there something else?
Well, unfortunately, there's no silver bullet here. The one thing I'm extremely encouraged by, number one, is, what America's great when neighbors are helping neighbors. So we have that. We have assets arriving in, greater numbers to provide stability. There's great coordination between the Fed, state, and local government. At this point, that is about the best we can do until we can get a full assessment of exactly what is under that water and how much damage there is.
Well, and as you point out, and the Coast Guard was pointing out, that during Katrina and other storms, the storm moves on. So you can fly, the floodwaters start to recede. This is unusual, and the water is still there. What's going on at FEMA headquarters right now? Is it sort of just a mad chaos, or is there some kind of organization that helps with this?
Well, quite the opposite. I think, first of all, the FEMA administrator now is as good as there is. I mean, he has a very, very long history of being able to manage. So
you're confident we're not going to have another "you're doing a great job, Brownie" moment?
Absolutely not. I think Brock Long is as good as there is. And what is going on at FEMA is each of the agencies are talking to each other. They're coordinating. They're mission tasking. They're identifying what needs are that the folks on the ground need, and they are coordinating. They are leveraging, essentially, the federal government to push assets in where appropriate. You don't want too many assets that you can't use, but they're pushing assets in where appropriate, and the coordination is incredibly impressive. And I think the American people are going to be very much at peace tonight, knowing that this group of individuals is coordinating the disaster efforts. Well,
they're coordinating, and they've asked for a lot of help. And as we've been pointing out, the Cajun Navy, some folks from Louisiana have come over, as have, I guess you could call it, the Texas Armada, which is all of these folks. And we're watching live pictures from a neighborhood in Houston. We don't know what neighborhood this is, but as the Coast Guard planes and helicopters have been unable to fly in these latest bands of storms, in have come all of these folks in their own boats. As we've learned, a number of the folks that you're watching who are patrolling neighborhoods and performing rescues, a lot of them have had their houses destroyed as well, yet they got to high ground and then came back in their boats to try and help. And you can see them sort of bringing folks up to some of these areas. Thomas, appreciate your insights as always, and as you said, hope everyone can sleep a little bit more soundly tonight, knowing that help is indeed on the way. Thank you, sir.
Anytime, sir.